heavyweight division take the title away from him?
John Jones called us last night and retired. John Jones is officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the UFC.
I'm sure everybody's seen it. UFC undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Moving forward, very, very important to me, just that I acknowledge everybody quickly who has supported me in this. I'm not going to say it was a tough time, but a bit of a challenging time over like the last kind of 10, 11 months that I have been inactive due to no fault of my own. But luckily, that is all behind us now. Massively appreciate the support from everybody. Massively appreciate the support going forward. I am going to keep this thing as active as possible.
Yeah, the fight was done. We had the fight done a long time ago. So why he decided not to fight, you guys will have to ask him that.
Let's be honest. And since I won that fight, he's gone completely quiet. And he'll continue to go completely quiet about me until he retires, because there's no way on earth that he's going to fight me. Not a chance. I will retire John Jones without even fighting him.
There's a criminal complaint against John Jones. It stated that an Albuquerque police officer was investigating a traffic crash near San Mateo and Lomas when she came across a woman in the front passenger seat of one of the cars exhibiting signs of significant intoxication and lacking clothing from the waist down. I got this from the Albuquerque Journal, which was sent to me. The woman reportedly said Jones was the driver, but fled the scene on...
Did you know about the stuff that came out of Albuquerque last night?
I saw it today. When I saw it today, I said, oh, everybody's going to think this is why he retired. Maybe that is why he retired. Who the...
John Jones is retired. He called us last night. He is no longer the UFC heavyweight champion. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion. He is then asked in a subsequent question, all right, well, who is Tom going to fight? He said, oh, Tom's coming to international fight. We were going to sit with him. You know, we got the meetings, all this stuff. They don't even have that ready. Did they tell Tom even before all of this? They say John Jones called him up last night. Coincidentally, 2 days ago, this interview with the Nelk boys that was shot on Saturday after the DBX card is making the rounds, where John Jones essentially says, I'm not so into it. He all but says he's retired. Time and again, John Jones was a great addition to the whole scenario, to the equation. Oh, wow. I could beat John Jones to become UFC heavyweight champion, undisputed. Incredible. Look at me. Look at the stars have aligned for me. But ultimately, this guy just wanted to become champion. He wanted to prove he was the best. And by the way, he has been the best for the last couple of years.
Dana White shocked the MMA world with a short but powerful statement. John Jones has officially retired, and Tom Aspinall is now the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion. The news instantly changed the landscape of the division and set social media on fire.
Dana White announced it after the UFC fight night in Baku, Azerbaijan. Said he is officially retired, and Tom Aspinall is the UFC heavyweight champion. Unbelievable. I didn't think that it was going to happen this fast. I mean, Jones then puts out a statement that said, today, I'm officially announcing my retirement from the UFC. The decision comes after a lot of reflection, and I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude for the journey I've experienced over the years. And boy, what a journey it has been. But here's the deal, guys, and I'm going to tell you this right now. I said, if John Jones doesn't fight this guy, John Jones quit.
Right after the news broke, Tom Aspinall addressed his fans with a heartfelt message on his official channel. He acknowledged how challenging the last 10 to 11 months have been, saying it wasn't always easy being inactive, but he's grateful for all the support he's received. Now that he's the undisputed heavyweight champion, Aspinall promises to keep the division active and defend his title as much as possible. He says his goal is to become the best heavyweight ever and to give back to everyone who supported him over the years. Aspinall closes by assuring fans they can expect an active, entertaining champion moving forward.
News has broken, I'm sure everybody's seen it. UFC undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Moving forward, very, very important to me, just that I acknowledge everybody quickly who has supported me in this. I'm not going to say it was a tough time, but a bit of a challenging time over like the last kind of 10, 11 months that I have been inactive due to no fault of my own. But luckily, That is all behind us now. Massively appreciate the support from everybody. Massively appreciate the support going forward. I am going to keep this thing as active as possible. I want to be the best heavyweight ever to walk the face of the earth. I'm going to defend this thing as many times as I possibly can. I'm going to keep you guys entertained. I'm going to really give back to everybody who has shown me support over the last year, over the last 5 years, over the last 10 years. Really appreciate the support and love from everybody. And we're going to see an active, defending UFC heavyweight undisputed champion going forward. Thank you guys, and I'll speak to you.
Tom Aspinall had predicted for months that Jones would retire rather than fight him. Now, with the official announcement, Aspinall's confidence looks justified. He's made it clear he wants to fight the best and unify the division.
About it. Let's be honest. And since I won that fight, he's gone completely quiet, and he'll continue to go completely quiet about me until he retires, because there's no way on earth that he's going to fight me. Not a chance. I will retire John Jones without even fighting him.
So remember what I said quite a while ago now. I will retire John Jones without even fighting him.
Now, Aspinall says he's ready to be an active champion and bring new excitement to heavyweight. He's promised to defend his belt against all challengers and prove he's the true king of the division. Dana White recently gave an interview to the Mac Life and gave his side of the John Jones retirement story. Right from the start, Dana explained that the fight between Jones and Aspinall was actually agreed to and ready to go. He said,
But yeah, the fight was done. We had the fight done a long time ago. So why he decided not to fight, you guys will have to ask him that.
Dana confirmed Jones was offered what he deserved financially and made it clear he doesn't believe Jones was ducking Aspinall, saying John Jones has never ducked anybody.
He was offered what he deserves for that fight. Yeah.
I'll just come out and ask you, do you think he's ducking Tom Aspinall?
No. John Jones, I said it a million times, I'll say it again, he's never ducked anybody other than that one goofy time with the Chael Sonnen thing. He's never ducked anybody, and I think the reality is whatever changed his mind with this fight, I don't know, you'd have to ask him that, but he's 38 years old. And
asked about the moment Jones made his decision, Dana revealed that John called the UFC just a night or two before the announcement and told them he was done. Dana said Jones was absolutely certain about retiring, and after asking him to sleep on it, Jones still felt the same the next morning.
We had the fight done. Listen, our job is to make the biggest fights we can make and the fights that the fans want to see, and that's what we try to do. But the minute somebody starts talking about retirement, my philosophy on that, you should do it.
Dana White also emphasized that Tom Aspinall is ready to fight anyone, anywhere, and the UFC is excited to start this new era with an active heavyweight champion.
Sit down with him, see what he's thinking, what he wants to do. He's been great through this whole thing, and literally said, I'll fight whoever you guys tell me to fight. I'm ready to go. So, looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the Tom Aspinall era.
Another big name is Ariel Helwani. He was quick to voice his disappointment with how the UFC handled the announcement. He argued that ending John Jones' legendary career with a brief press conference in Baku was a disservice to both Jones and Aspinall. Ariel said both fighters deserved a bigger moment and a proper ceremony to mark this historic change.
The fact that the illustrious career of John Jones, the supposed greatest of all time, ends at a post-fight press conference in Baku, Azerbaijan, is a joke. Is an absolute joke. I'm sorry, but this is an absolute joke. Tom Aspinall is going to Las Vegas. At the very least, present him the title. At the very least, do something to make it up for this guy who has been sitting there watching his career just waste away for the past 7 months. Oh, by the way, his last fight was almost a year ago, 11 months. Do something. This is the way it happens. This is the way it happens. Something that could have happened at the post-fight press conference in New York. John Jones never wanted to take this fight. And anyone who tells you otherwise is not telling you the truth.
Ariel then peeled back the curtain, explaining that the UFC had known for months that Jones wasn't planning to return. He suggested that Jones was never interested in fighting Aspinall, and that the promotion had left the division in limbo for far too long. According to Ariel, Jones was only interested in massive paydays for super fights that never materialized.
And so they've known for quite some time, several months, that he was out. Dana White told us a couple of weeks ago. What did he say? John Jones agreed. But I told you all, he wasn't telling you the real story. He wasn't telling you the full story. The full story was he agreed and then he reneged. Dana White guaranteed this fight would happen. He guaranteed it would happen as recently as a couple.
Finally, Ariel emphasized that Tom Aspinall fully deserves to be recognized as the undisputed champion. He said Aspinall's win over Sergey Pavlovich already proved his legitimacy, and this official promotion is just a formality. Ariel noted it's rare for a fighter to become undisputed champion due to a retirement, but Aspinall earned it the hard way.
Weeks ago. It was already not a thing. The way in which this has been handled has not been great. And the fact that Tom Aspinall, at the very least, couldn't get some sort of, oh, here's the belt, here's a ceremony, here's your fight, here's your date, is shameful. Now, ultimately, Tom doesn't care about any of this. He really doesn't. He just wants to fight. It was never about John Jones.
Daniel Cormier was clearly surprised by the speed of the announcement. He recapped Dana White's words and called Jones's retirement unbelievable, saying he didn't expect such a sudden end to Jones's reign.
I said, if John Jones doesn't fight this guy, John Jones quit. If John Jones does not fight Tom Aspinall, he quit. Because he will walk away from something that has defined his entire adult life. When John Jones was a junior college national champion and he couldn't go to Division I wrestling and he chose to fight, this is what saved him. When John Jones had multiple run-ins with the law outside of fighting, he came back to fighting, and it saved him. It allowed for him to build a great life.
Cormier got straight to the point. If John Jones retires without fighting Tom Aspinall, he's quitting. DC explained that fighting has always defined Jones, and by not taking the Aspinall fight, Jones is stepping away from a challenge that could have cemented his legacy even further.
That him walking away right now, when he's on the older side and the guy that he's supposed to fight's on the younger side, Tom's 32. He's fresh. Tom hasn't taken any damage. John has been in wars with those guys, with myself, with Gustafson, with Dominic. Tom has taken no damage. To walk away right now opens the door for people to start having the conversation about, does this affect the legacy?
DC went deeper, saying that while he doesn't think Jones is scared, he believes age, comfort, and success can sap a champion's motivation. He compared Jones to other legends who gave the next generation a shot before retiring, and said Jones's decision leaves unfinished business in the division.
There's a criminal complaint against John Jones. It stated that an Albuquerque police officer was investigating a traffic crash near San Mateo and Lomas when she came across a woman in the front passenger seat of one of the cars exhibiting signs of significant intoxication and lacking clothing from the waist down. I got this from the Albuquerque Journal, which was sent to me. The woman reportedly said Jones was the driver but fled the scene on foot. She didn't call Jones, the complaint stated, and a police service aide spoke to the man on the other end of the call, believed to be Jones. He appeared to be heavily intoxicated and made statements implying his capacity to employ lethal force through third parties, to the PSA. The court record stated the PSA requested backup after what was believed to be a threat when a police officer then talked to Jones and said similar allusions to violence were made.
Daniel Cormier recently addressed John Jones's latest legal troubles in Albuquerque, where Jones was charged with leaving the scene of an accident just days before announcing his UFC retirement.
The saddest thing about this to me is that it's not surprising. You know, I've seen him do things over the course of his career that have been very dangerous and very it's just not.
In his reaction, DC said he wasn't surprised by the incident, pointing out that Jones has a long history of making the same mistakes. Cormier reflected that Jones's life has always been deeply tied to MMA, and now that fighting is gone, it raises questions about what his future will look like without the structure and discipline of the sport. DC's comments suggest that for Jones, walking away from fighting might leave a bigger void than people realize, especially as personal issues continue to surface alongside his retirement. Dana was also asked about this incident recently, and that's how he responded.
Did you know about the stuff that came out of Albuquerque last night?
I saw it today. When I saw it today, I said, "Oh, everybody's going to think this is why he retired. Maybe that is why he retired." Who the
Chael Sonnen also spoke out. He has broken down how the MMA world would react to Jones's retirement. He said that if John walks away now, people will say he's ducking Aspinall. Sonnen predicts the short-term narrative will be that Jones avoided the fight everyone wanted.
If John walks away, in the short term, he's walking, he's a chicken, he's yellow, he was going to lose anyway, that is inevitably going.
Chael also explained that public opinion can shift quickly. If Aspinall dominates his next opponent, fans might start to wonder what Jones could have done. But if Aspinall struggles, even Jones's toughest critics may have to admit how good John really was.
To happen. But if Tom's very first opponent is Surreal Gone, John went through Surreal like a hot knife through butter. We have never seen the heavyweight title contested with less competition. So let's say that Aspinall drew into Surreal, and Aspinall went right through Surreal. First round, completely dominant. Just for example, then all of a sudden the talk of John, what he could have done and should have done, is going to be open for fair play. But meanwhile, the people that were calling John, he got a yellow stripe and he's a coward. If Surreal and Tom was to go out and really battle, regardless of outcome, but really put on a close back and forth, that is where you would be forced, even if you were one of the yellow belt, he's a coward crowd, to admit, wow, that John Jones, he sure was good.
Joe Rogan also called Jones the greatest MMA fighter ever, but admitted the division is in good hands with Aspinall, who brings speed, power, and a fresh style to the top spot. Rogan has often said Aspinall is significantly faster than every other heavyweight and a real problem for anyone in the division.
Like, I've seen a lot of heavyweight, even Francis, who's like the greatest, scariest power striker I've ever seen in the heavyweight division. No one's scarier than Francis. Francis does not move like Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is significantly faster than every other heavyweight. That's a real problem.
Paddy Pimblett, a close friend of Aspinall, said he can't pick against Jones's experience, but believes Aspinall's time has come. Kamaru Usman called Aspinall the most dangerous heavyweight right now, while Francis Ngannou admitted Aspinall's wrestling and jiu-jitsu would have been a real challenge for Jones. Michael Bisping and Brendan Schaub debated whether Jones was right to walk away, with Schaub arguing that Jones's age and recent performances made the Aspinall matchup a real risk. With Jones stepping away, the debate is raging. Did he retire to protect his legacy, or did he simply have nothing left to prove? Some say Jones is leaving unfinished business, while others believe he's earned the right to walk away on his own terms. Aspinall, meanwhile, is ready for anyone. He's promised to be an active champion and bring new excitement to the heavyweight division. Fans are eager to see who he'll face first as the undisputed champ. John Jones's retirement closes a historic chapter, but Tom Aspinall's reign is just beginning. Is this the passing of the torch, or will Jones's decision spark debate for years to come? Let us know your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more fight news and analysis.